and for the first Saturday of September 2025. A few stray thoughts. And a few general remarks. And a few points of view. By way of a roundup of the week. All my own musings. Like, too many bits this week, collating them. The good news first. Like, FM unveiled major reduction in GST rates. Welcome changes. Consumers should benefit by what is touted as next-gen GST reforms.
India's GST has just had its biggest reset, and from the 22nd of September, we moved to only two slabs, 5% and 18%. So the big question, what gets cheaper? Essentials like hair oil, shampoo, soaps, toothpaste, shaving cream and also namkeens are down from 18% to 5%. Dairy items like ghee, butter and cheese, they move from 12% to 5%. Pre-packaged snacks, baby products, utensils and footwear and textiles under 2,500 rupees also cut from 12 to 5%. And the biggest relief, categories like paneer, roti, chapati, pizza bread and other Indian breads, they have dropped from 5% to nil now. That's great news for FMCG names like HUL, Nestle, Britannia, Dabur, Marico, Colgate, ITC, Godrej Consumer and Imami. Dairy players like Hatsun Agro, Heritage Foods, Parag Milk, Betla Dairy, they also stand to gain. Also, you have snacking companies in the mix like Bikaji, Pratap Snacks and QSR players like Jubilant Foodworks, they also stand to benefit. Now let's talk about durables and appliances like ACs, TVs, dishwashers and monitors. They fall from 28% to 18% now, lifting Voltas, Blue Star, Whirlpool, Havells as well as Dixon. Utensil makers TTK Prestige and boxes like Borosil, they also benefit along with retailers like Trent, Bata, Relaxo, Campus and Metro brands for footwear. Cement now moves from 28 to 18. Tractors like M&M and Escorts also dropped from 12 to 5. Insurance has seen its biggest reform yet. Health and term policies cut from 18% to fully exempt, a boost for HDFC Life, ICICI Lombard, SBI Life among others. Automakers Maruti, Bajaj, TVS and Hero gain as small cars and two-wheelers fall from 28 to 18. EVs now at 5 with all auto parts also at 18. But here's the flip side. Cigarettes, pan masala, chewing tobacco, carbonated and caffeinated drinks now face 40% GST up from 28. Apparels above 2,500 also now hiked to 18% from the 12% bracket earlier. That's negative for names like ITC, Cigarette Arm, Godfrey Phillips, carbonated drinks to Varun Beverages, ABFL and Raymond's premium segments along with Shoppers Stop. So the bottom line here is GST 2.0 cuts cost for essentials, autos, durables and insurance, giving a fresh push to India's consumption engine while turning up the pressure on sin goods and sugary drinks.
साथियों, अगर जीएसटी में हुए इस रिफॉर्म्स का अगर मैं सार बताऊं तो यही कह सकता हूं कि इससे भारत की शानदार अर्थव्यवस्था में पंचरत्न जुड़े हैं। पहला, टैक्स सिस्टम कहीं अधिक सिंपल हुआ। दूसरा, भारत के नागरिकों की क्वालिटी ऑफ लाइफ और बढ़ेगी। तीसरा, कंजम्पशन और ग्रोथ दोनों को नया बूस्टर मिलेगा। और चौथा, ईज ऑफ डूइंग बिजनेस से निवेश और नौकरी को बल मिलेगा। और पांचवा, विकसित भारत के लिए कोऑपरेटिव फेडरलिज्म यानी राज्यों और केंद्र की साझेदारी और मजबूत होगी। साथियों, नागरिक देवो भव ये हमारा मंत्र है।
Chips, semiconductors, lithium, artificial intelligence. These terms are heard more now. Progress. Semiconductor chip in India. Intel in India, and Tesla in India. Semicon India 2025. PM Modi receives first Made in India chip. Industry leaders hail nation's role in global ecosystem.
Honorable Prime Minister of India, Shri Narendra Modi ji, Honorable Chief Minister of Delhi, Srimati Rekha Gupta ji, Honorable Chief Minister of Odisha, Shri Mohan Charan Majhi ji, my colleague in the ministry, Shri Jiten Prasad ji, distinguished industry leaders, students and guests from all around the world. Namaste and a very warm welcome to Semicon 2025. Friends, just a few years ago, we met for the first time to make a new beginning. Driven by our Prime Minister's far-sighted vision, we launched the India Semiconductor Mission. We collected together a team of globally renowned industry leaders and we started the new journey with laser-sharp focus on execution. And here we are today. In a short span of 3.5 years, we have the world looking at India with confidence. Today, construction of 5 semiconductor units is going on at a rapid pace. Pilot line of 1 unit is completed and we just presented the first Made in India chip to Honorable Prime Minister.
Intel CEO likely to visit Odisha for groundbreaking ceremony of semiconductor plant, chip production to begin in 2 years. PC chip major Intel CEO Lip-Bu Tan is likely to visit Odisha later this year for the groundbreaking ceremony of 3D Glass Solutions semiconductor plant, a senior state government official said. The groundbreaking ceremony of the silicon carbide company 6M is scheduled for next month, and the commercial production of chips is expected to start in 2 years, Odisha Electronics and IT Department Principal Secretary Vishal Kumar Dev told PTI.
You are watching Sanglikar's Weekly. India snubs Tesla. 600 bookings force Elon Musk to slash shipments 80%. The internet and the media went gaga at the prospect of seeing a Tesla running on Indian roads when the Elon Musk-led company officially set foot in the country when it opened its first shop in Mumbai in July this year. This was followed by the brand's second showroom in Delhi, which was inaugurated the following month. The Elon Musk-led electric vehicle manufacturer, as of now, has launched the Model Y in India at a starting price of Rs 59.89 lakh ex-showroom. However, the response from the market can be at best described as underwhelming.
According to Bloomberg, the American EV giant has only received 600 bookings in India so far. That's roughly the number of vehicles Tesla delivered every 4 hours globally during the first half of the year. This is far below the company's own expectations and fuels fresh doubts about Tesla's global growth outlook.
Factors such as Musk's public rift with the US president, strained US-India relations, steep import duties, and India's highly price-sensitive market have complicated the company's entry into the country's emerging EV sector.
Ashwini Vaishnaw inaugurates ATL's advanced lithium-ion cell manufacturing plant in Sona.
This is indeed a very important milestone for us. As you are aware, we are fulfilling Prime Minister's dream of having Atmanirbhar Bharat in electronics manufacturing step by step. We are starting the production of every component which goes into electronics manufacturing. You have seen recently the first Made in India chip was presented to Honorable PM. Similarly, today the lithium-ion batteries used in mobile phones, hearables and wearables like the watches, earbuds, AirPods and laptops will be now manufactured in India in this very advanced plant of TDK Corporation. It's called ATL, Advanced Technology. It's a very, very advanced plant and this plant will be manufacturing about 200 million battery packs every year, which is about 20 crore battery packs.
Vagaries of nature. Like Punjab, Haryana, Delhi and J&K are reeling under floods. Climate change for you.
Areas of Punjab have been completely devastated. In fact, the situation there is horrific given the incessant rains, the monsoons, and of course the flooding, the swelling up of the rivers, the 5 rivers of Punjab, which has led to widespread devastation, be it man or animal. In fact, the monsoon fury has really turned the northern parts of India, many other northern parts of India, into a landscape of complete chaos.
You are watching Sanglikar's Weekly. And now, it's Indian politics. तीव्र गति से राजनीति. ये राजनीति है. यहाँ सब चलता है।
पिरले से बातें, पिरले से बातें, पिरले से बातें।
Mamata government bows down to Islamists. Urdu Academy scraps Javed Akhtar event.
Mamata Banerjee government in West Bengal has bowed down to the Islamist hardliners who forced a show organized by the West Bengal Urdu Academy to be cancelled. Now, some Islamist groups compelled the organizers of a Kolkata literary event to cancel a show titled Urdu in Hindi Cinema for inviting renowned lyricist and poet Javed Akhtar as the chief guest. He was to preside over a key mushaira on 1st September, and following the invite, two prominent Islamist organizations in Kolkata, Jamaat-ul-Hind and the Wahyan Foundation, protested the invitation, labeling Akhtar as someone who speaks against religion and God. Now, Javed Akhtar has publicly identified himself as an atheist. Terming Javed Akhtar's invitation as inappropriate, the groups even threatened of protest if the invitation to the poet-lyricist wasn't withdrawn.
Sanglikars Weekly.
Like, amid vote chori campaign, Congress spokesman Pawan Khera and his wife were found to be registered in 2 constituencies. Chor machaye shor, retorted BJP.
Pawan Khera gets ECI notice for dual voter IDs. Congress leader blames poll body. BJP alleges vote Cori. The District Election Office of New Delhi has issued a shokas notice to Congress leader Pawan Khera after it was found that his name appeared on the electoral rolls of 2 separate assembly constituencies in the capital. According to the notice, Khera is listed as a voter in both the New Delhi Assembly constituency number 40, with an address at NDMC Flats, Kakanagar, and the Jangpura Assembly constituency number 41, with an address in Nizamuddin East.
A notice has been issued to Pawan Khera for getting himself registered in the electoral roll of more than one constituency in Delhi. Remember, this after the BJP had pointed it out. The Congress leader himself has claimed that the EC should now investigate, but the poll panel has issued a notice to Pawan Khera for his explanation.
Maratha agitation. We have one. Maratha quota activist ends 5-day fast after breakthrough. Maratha quota, not all of Manoj Jaran's demands accepted by government. Has Jaranj Patil really won the Maratha quota battle? Maratha quota activist Manoj Jaranj Patil called the Maharashtra governments not to accord the Kunbi status a breakthrough. However, the gains are narrowly tailored for only those Marathas with traceable records and would leave out millions. Is this victory big enough for Patil, who was turned away empty-handed several times?
Maratha quota activist Manoj Jarange ended his 5-day-old hunger strike in Mumbai earlier today after the Maharashtra government's cabinet subcommittee headed by Minister Radhakrishna Vikhe Patil on Maratha quota accepted most of his demands. Patil met Jarange in the afternoon with other members of the subcommittee, Shivendra Singh Bhosle, Uday Samant, Manikrao Kokde at Azad Maidan and discussed the draft finalized by the committee. The subcommittee accepted Jarange's demands to implement the Hyderabad Gazette and stated that Marathas with Kunbi records will be given caste certificates after conducting a proper inquiry. The Maharashtra government issued a resolution on the Hyderabad Gazetteer and announced the formation of committees to facilitate the issuance of Kunbi caste certificates to Marathas who are able to produce documentary evidence recognizing them as Kunbis in the past. The government resolution was issued by the Social Justice and Special Assistance Department in the backdrop of the breakthrough in talks between a delegation of cabinet ministers and Jarange on the 5th day of his hunger strike.
You are watching Sanglikars Weekly.
Like, I think Kerala Congress's remark linking Bihar to Bidi was in bad taste. Good it was deleted. GST 2.0. Bihar and BD controversy.
Latest flashpoint in Bihar. The Kerala unit has questioned logic behind low GST rates on BDs and claimed that it's the Bihar elections that are fueling this move. The NDA was quick to turn the attack into political ammunition, and facing heat, the Congress then took down this entire post. But here's the kicker. The damage had already been done. Even ally RJD has now distanced itself from the Congress in Bihar as yet another Congress campaign blown up in its face. The Kerala unit of Congress, which put out a post this morning, and what it said was that both BD and Bihar begin with B, and that's the reason behind how GST rates on the product when compared to cigarettes and tobacco have been brought down. Facing backlash, the post was retracted and an apology was put out that read, and let me quote, "We see that our jibe at Modi's election gimmick with GST rates is being twisted. Our apologies if you felt hurt." So the logic behind why BDs are taxed lower despite the cess on tobacco products. Primary reason being to protect the jobs of millions of BD workers in India. The industry is labor intensive with many low-income rural women and families involved in the hand-rolling process. As an indigenous product, BDs have been taxed leniently for decades. It's nothing new, often classified as a cottage industry to avoid full duties. So to compare it with say pan masala or even cigarettes is a tad bit unfair. This practice has continued under the GST framework.
Like, K. Kavitha quit her father's BRS party. Move on, Kavitha, on your own.
A day after K. Kavita, Bharat Rashtra Samiti MLC and daughter of party supremo K. Chandrasekhar Rao was suspended from the party, she said she has resigned from the primary membership of the regional party, which was in power in Telangana for 10 years starting 2014. In tears, Kavita held a press conference in Hyderabad and said there is a conspiracy to break the Kalvakunta family and the BRS. On Tuesday, a notice signed by the party's disciplinary committee members Soma Bharat Kumar and T. Ravinder Rao had stated, quote-unquote, "The party leadership is taking this matter seriously as the recent behavior and ongoing anti-party activities of party MLC Mrs. K. Kavita are damaging the BRS. Party President K. Chandrasekhar Rao has taken a decision to suspend her from the party with immediate effect." From the party insider, Indian Express learned that ever since she issued a statement against two stalwarts of the party, the BRS has been contemplating what should be done. On Monday and Tuesday, the top leadership of the party deliberated and came to a decision, with the blessings of party president KCR. The high-voltage drama got unfolding after CM Revanth Reddy announced in the Telangana Legislative Assembly that the Kaleshwaram Lift Irrigation Project KLIP probe will be transferred to the CBI. By Monday evening, Kavita trained her guns on cousin and former irrigation minister T. Harish Rao in a press conference and claimed that her father KCR's name was being dragged through the mud because of some people who have benefited from being around him. As cracks deepen in the Kalvakuntla clan, Kavita's exit could be the tremor that reshapes Telangana's political ground.
Breaking news, next news item, oh, it's breaking fast. Next news item, blink and it's gone.
Like, choked Mumbai breathed easy after Jaranj Patel ended his fifth fast unto death. Meaning of GR of Maharashtra government is being deciphered. Issued under pressure? Maybe. Manoj Jaranj Patel was on a hunger strike to demand reservation in jobs and education for Marathas belonging to the Marathwada and Western Maharashtra region. The government has said it is taking proactive steps to address the reservation issue. Like, Mumbai's dreaded gangster Arun Govli was released on bail by SC after 17 years of incarceration for murder. Govli said he wants to spend time with his grandchildren. just informing, assuring.
साल 2007 मुंबई की राजनीति और अंडरवर्ल्ड से जुड़ा एक ऐसा हत्याकांड जिसने पूरे शहर को हिला दिया था। इस मामले में शिवसेना पार्षद कमलाकर जामसांदेकर की बेरहमी से हत्या कर दी गई। आरोप सीधे सीधे मुंबई के कुख्यात गैंगस्टर अरुण गवली पर लगे। अदालत ने गवली को दोषी करार देते हुए उम्र कैद की सजा सुनाई, 17 लंबे साल। नागपुर की सेंट्रल जेल की सलाखों के पीछे गवली ने अपनी जिंदगी का सबसे बड़ा हिस्सा गुजारा, लेकिन अब 76 साल की उम्र में गवली को सुप्रीम कोर्ट से राहत मिली है। जस्टिस MM सुंदरेश और जस्टिस N कोटेश्वर सिन्हा की पीठ ने गवली की जमानत याचिका मंजूर कर ली और बुधवार को जेल के भारी दरवाजे खुलते ही डैडी कहलाने वाला यह गैंगस्टर आखिरकार बाहर आ गया।
Like, Telangana passed 2 laws increasing OBC quota to 42% for local body polls. Remove 50% cap, said CM Reddy. Caps are a problem in getting votes?
Telangana just made a big move ahead of its local body elections. The state cabinet, led by Chief Minister Revant Reddy, has approved 42% reservation for backward classes in both rural and urban local body polls. It's a key poll promised by the Congress, and now it's being delivered, with elections just 3 months away.
Like, Karnataka government said no to EVMs for local body polls. So no vote chori? Depends on results. And Raga is going to drop his hydrogen bomb on vote chori. Wait for it.
Local body elections in Karnataka are set for a major change. The Karnataka State Cabinet is set to scrap EVMs or electronic voting machines for all local body polls. The government has recommended to the State Election Commission that upcoming panchayat and urban local body elections be conducted using ballot papers instead of electronic voting machines. Law Minister H.K. Patil said that the decision comes amidst what he described as a decline in public trust and confidence in EVMs. He added that within the next 15 days, the government will amend the rules and make the necessary legal changes. Once notified, these rules will be binding on the State Election Commission.
Like, just when Kashmiri pundits celebrated reopening of Sharda Bhavani Temple in Kashmir after 35 years, locals defaced national Ashoka emblem at Hazratbal Shrine. CM Abdullah meekly watched. Sad? No, alarming.
All right, and on Eid, the significant disturbance erupted at Srinagar's revered Hazrat Bal Shrine, a prominent Muslim spiritual site. The unrest stemmed from a newly installed marble plaque, part of the shrine's recent renovation, which bore an engraving of the Ashoka pillar, India's national emblem. Some locals, perceiving the emblem as resembling a statue, deemed its placement inside the mosque a violation of Islamic principles, sparking outrage. Initially, a group of men vandalized this plaque, followed by a large group of women protesters who further damaged it, intensifying the chaos here.
Like, in all this negativity, Safina Hussein's Mumbai-based NGO Educate Girls won Magsaysay Award. Congrats, Safina.
You are watching Sanglikars Weekly.
Was abruptly dismissed as CEO of Nestle for failing to disclose a romantic relationship with a subordinate. The decision was announced by the Swiss food giant on Monday. A company spokesperson told Reuters concerns about a possible relationship between Frex and a direct report first emerged in the spring through an internal company hotline. The board of directors immediately opened an investigation into the matter, which was inconclusive, this person added. As the concerns persisted, the company launched a second probe which confirmed the relationship. According to the spokesperson, Frex had initially denied the relationship to the board. The maker of products ranging from Kit Kat to Nesquik has appointed veteran insider Philip Navarrato as Frex's successor effective immediately. Nestle shares have fallen 17% over the past year, lagging its rivals in the broader market.
Like, Deputy Prime Minister of UK, Angela Rayner resigned over tax fraud allegations. And US CDC chief was fired by R.F. Kennedy, Health Minister.
Within the last few minutes, it's been reported that the Deputy Prime Minister, Angela Rayner, is set to leave her post. The findings of an investigation into her tax affairs were expected to be published later today. She was also the Housing Minister and faced calls to resign after it emerged that she had underpaid stamp duty by £40,000 when she purchased a flat in Hove earlier this year. She said she was given misleading advice by lawyers when she bought the property, but that has been denied by the firms that advised her. As a young mother, she worked in the care sector and rose through the ranks of the trade union movement before becoming an MP in 2015. She's been the deputy leader of the Labour Party since 2020 and is directly elected to that role by party members.
A brand new fight brewing within the Trump administration. The head of the CDC, Dr. Susan Monterez, who has been serving in the role for less than a month, fired after reportedly butting heads on a repeated basis with Health Secretary RFK Jr. That move followed by the resignation of at least 3 other high-profile CDC officials, all of whom are allegedly frustrated with Kennedy's leadership. Capitol Hill correspondent Joe Khalil is live. Joe, this is only just the beginning because Monterez is now suing the administration.
And Epstein atrocity survivors appeared on Times Now to narrate their experiences. Ghost of Epstein is haunting the royals, billionaires, and top U.S. politicians, isn't it?
Despite the House Oversight Committee releasing tens of thousands of records related to Jeffrey Epstein this week, documents it subpoenaed from the Justice Department, the fulsome record remains under lock and key, prompting calls from Epstein victims no less for greater transparency from the Trump administration.
Afghanistan earthquake. India sends 21 tons humanitarian assistance to Kabul.
Now, at least 6 aftershocks, including one measuring 5.5 on the Richter scale, have rattled eastern Afghanistan. 2 days after a powerful quake in the same region killed more than 1,400 people and injured 3,000 others. The Afghan Air Force has been pressed into action, carrying out search and rescue operations. Teams are racing against time to reach survivors in the rugged and remote terrain, where many are still feared to be trapped beneath the rubble. With no helicopter routes and only difficult road access, rescue operations are proving to be extremely slow. So far, several nations have extended support. According to Taliban government spokesperson Hafizia Ahmad Takal, countries like India, Iran, Japan and the UK and the European Union have come forward.
Wildfires ravage historic town in California Gold Country.
A cluster of lightning-sparked wildfires raged across portions of 2 northern California counties on Wednesday, forcing widespread evacuations and engulfing part of an historic gold rush mining town once home to thousands of Chinese immigrants. Wind-whipped flames from nearly 24 separate blazes have scorched more than 13,000 acres of sun-baked dry grass, brush and timber since a lightning storm ignited the fires on Tuesday. The remote village of Chinese Camp was particularly hard hit by one of the fires. The blaze has destroyed dozens of homes in and around Chinese Camp, a remnant of the Gold Rush-era mining community first settled by thousands of Chinese laborers in the mid-19th century. The entire town and several other communities in Tuolumne County and neighboring Calaveras County remained under evacuation orders as a firefighting force of more than 600 personnel battled to contain the blazes.
Katchathivu. The island ceded by Prime Minister Indira Gandhi to Sri Lanka in 1974 in an act of bilateral largesse. Sri Lankan President Anura Kumara Disanayak made a quick, unannounced visit to Kachathivu after vowing to safeguard seas and islands around the country and resist any external pressure. He was in Jaffna to launch development projects, including the expansion of the Miladi Fisheries Harbour, when he reaffirmed that Sri Lanka would protect its seas and islands and that his government would not allow any external force to exert influence in this regard. His comments came days after actor-turned-politician Vijay said at a Madurai rally that Kachathivu should be retrieved by India to resolve the recurring arrests of Tamil Nadu fishermen. Unanimous resolution passed in Assembly to retrieve Kachathivu. Though opposition parties AIADMK and BJP questioned the DMK's renewed interest in the issue, they extended their full support to the resolution. This is the fourth time the Tamil Nadu Assembly has passed such a resolution, with earlier ones moved by former CMs J. Jayalalitha, 1991, 2013, and O. Pannirselvam, 2014. Retrieval of Kachathivu can be the only permanent solution to safeguard the traditional fishing rights of Tamil Nadu fishermen and avert all the troubles faced by them from the Sri Lankan Navy, the resolution stated. Kachathivu. Why an Indian island went to Sri Lanka and many hope for its symbolic return. The island was ceded by the Indian administration under Prime Minister Indira Gandhi to Sri Lanka in 1974 in an act of bilateral largesse. Since the outbreak of the Lankan Civil War, in 1983, the island became the crownless battleground for combats between Indian Tamil fishers and a Sinhala-dominated Lankan navy. Turkey-Pakistan-Azerbaijan trilateral defense cooperation. Erdogan calls for firming up Pakistan-Turkey-Azerbaijan axis. Baku offers $2 billion for Islamabad. Sharif thanked Azerbaijan for standing with Pakistan during the India conflict. Aliyev congratulated Pakistan on its victory and vowed deeper ties. He said India's retaliation in global forums means nothing for Baku. Both leaders praised their trilateral cooperation with Turkey and Lakan. Sharif hailed Aliyev's peace progress with Armenia as a historic step. Like, in an attempt to attract investment, New Zealand is relaxing norms for outsiders settling there. But there is an increasing resentment against migrants, whether illegal or legal, all over the world.
New Zealand, a country celebrated for its stunning natural beauty, diverse culture, and a reputation for offering new beginnings to thousands of migrants every year. But today, this land of promise faces a critical challenge, one that could impact countless lives. In 2025, major immigration reforms are set to take effect, potentially forcing many immigrants to leave New Zealand. In recent months, the New Zealand government has announced sweeping changes to immigration policies, sending shockwaves through communities nationwide. A nation once known for its welcoming arms is now becoming a complex maze for those seeking a future here.
Like, in the midst of bombing and strifes, Pope appealed to end the pandemic of war. On the other hand, Ebola pandemic is reportedly spreading alarmingly.
Our prayers for the victims of the tragic shooting during a school mass in the American state of Minnesota. We include in our prayers the countless children killed and injured every day around the world. Let us plead God to stop the pandemic of arms, large and small, which infects our world.
The Ebola outbreak in Western Africa has claimed more lives. A Nigerian nurse has died and a Saudi man who traveled home from Sierra Leone with a suspected case. African health ministers held an emergency meeting on the virus Wednesday, the death toll at more than 930. In Washington, President Barack Obama at this week's Africa Summit says the U.S. and its partners
stand with the people of Guinea, Liberia, and Sierra Leone. In their histories, they've overcome great challenges, and they are drawing on that same spirit of strength and resilience.
Like, a new terror group called Ittihad-ul-Pakistan has emerged in Pakistan. What else can Pakistan produce? there is no publicly available information or credible news report about a new terrorist group called Ittihad al-Pakistan emerging in Pakistan. However, a group called Tehreek-e-Jihad Pakistan (TJP) has gained notoriety since its appearance in 2023, and security officials suggest it may be a front for the Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan (TTP).
Like, Anutin Charnvilakan was elected as the new PM of Thailand, third one in 2 years.
Now to Thailand, where Parliament has confirmed Anutin Charnvirakul as Prime Minister. He won 311 out of 492 votes in the lower house, exceeding the 247 vote threshold. His win follows an agreement with the country's largest opposition bloc that he would hold early elections. Royal approval is needed before he can assume office.
Like in sports, Aussie pacer Mitch Starc announced his retirement from T20. And in US Open, it's again Alcaraz, who eliminated 38-year-old Djokovic, versus Ada Sinner in the US Open final. End of Djokovic era?
In other news happening today, we're learning Italian fashion designer Giorgio Armani has died. The Armani Group made the announcement earlier today after he's been unwell for some time.
Yeah, the designer was known for overseeing every small and large detail of his designs and business, from advertising to fixing models' hair or wardrobe. Armani was 91 years old.
Legendary Italian fashion designer Giorgio Armani has passed away at the age of 91.
He was one of the most recognizable names in the industry, dressing everyone from Hollywood to the runway and even the boardrooms. And local 10 entertainment reporter Jason Carter here now with a look back at his life and his legacy. Jason.
Calvin, Nicole, his styles and fashions were transcendent, worn by icons, ingenues, and royalty. To say he was a legend is only scratching the surface of the sheer brilliance Giorgio Armani shared with the world. Throughout the decades, Armani helped make Made in Italy famous throughout the world, building one of the globe's most successful fashion and lifestyle brands.
At the end of the day, our goal is to make people look more attractive, more beautiful. Always keep in mind what people can actually wear and what actually makes them look better and feel better about themselves.
Armani's power suits were big hits with the public, and his signature style made him the go-to designer for some of Hollywood's biggest stars, including George Clooney, Leonardo DiCaprio, and Richard Gere.
No wife, no kids. Who will inherit Giorgio Armani's billion-dollar fashion empire? Trump should be given the Nobel Prize for bringing India, China, and Russia together. And finally, about Maharashtra government's GR on Maratha reservation. Different interpretations are being offered on GR. But Jaranj Patel's interpretation was the best. He said since GR has made OBC groups unhappy, it must be in my favor. Simple? Lazy B. 6th September 2025.
Comments section is now added. Please post your comments.